Yeah, please enter in. We are working on a project, as you can see. This project has been here for, started just 2 days ago. And yesterday got messy. Got messy because this project is actually a very, we're given a very short period of time to actually fulfill it. And so we actually building, making sure that this railway road is well established. And that's what we're doing right now. We are doing exactly that. Making sure that you have the best of quality of images when it comes to this project here. You see these wires, they're electric wires with already established. And when we're trying to build, we have to make sure that, okay, we don't break them. Because once we break them, we're actually penalizing other companies, and we have to pay for that. So safety here is very important, making sure that the cables are really well taken care of. Now, there are some cables which are not in use, or there are some cables that we can disconnect and reuse and reconnect again. And this is the earth, for example, cable. This we can disconnect and reconnect again. So that is not an issue. But as for the cables like that one, we know there might be telephone cables and all that. This one which has been cut, we do not know, this is too small. It's very difficult to see. Very difficult to see. So some of these cables get cut, and we have to call the companies that are actually dealing with them to reconnect them, and all that costs money. So you know, that's what when we are digging here, we have to have a cable card. We know where every cable is, at least for those that are registered. We know where every cable is, and we know how we can actually try to really help or guard them so that these cables are not cut. So that we're doing, really making sure that the cables are really well kept off. And the problem here is actually water. You see, water, it's everywhere. So water is a problem, and that's what we're trying to avoid, because everywhere you have water, if it's not well taken care of, it will destroy everything. Last time when they built this railway, they tried to put isopor, isolation. And this isolation could not hold for a long time because they didn't dig enough, and isolation could not hold for a long time, so it was kind of playing. And isolation was kind of playing. You can see the isolation is kind of cut, but water could always destabilize the ground, because the ground is watery already and it's clay. So as long as you have clay and you build on clay, if you have not really established a well foundation of at least 1 meter and stuff, the foundation is going to fail. So that's what happened here. And the rail was kind of playing. You have a rail that was playing, and you had to destroy everything, remove all the soil. You can see there, right there, they're removing the soil and everything like that, just to make sure that actually the ground or the foundation is well laid off, because it has to lay on actually stones like 1 meter to 1 meter of stones of like 15 0.8, you know, those small stones, before you lay on it ballast. And I think you saw me, so I'm trying to pass. You saw me, thank you very much. So you have to lay like ballast on top of it. You see, it's clay. It's clay. This is clay. And once you see clay there, it destroys everything if it's not well taken care of. So what do we do? In clay, in this area like this, we lay first of all a mat. You know, a mat is just like a cloth on top of it. And then we lay small stones. We lay small stones. And then those small stones we lay at a layer of at least 50 centimeters. And then we ponder it. We pond on top of it. And then we lay ballast. Ballast can be up to 50 centimeters or so. So we lay ballast, and on top of that, you lay what? Please subscribe to our channel, like and share. Subscribe, like and share. And then we lay ballast. This is ballast. It's like 50 to 80 millimeters stones. So after ballast, we lay the element for what? For railway. So you see, this is ballast. I was about to fall. So we are trying to build, and this is at least 700 meters of rail, and you can see the contact points there for rail. So the rail which was established here has been removed, and we are trying to establish a new one. So that is what's happening here on the project, and people are really working hard, because this project is we have a very short period of time, because we have to set the trains in motions, and we don't have a lot of time. We have 18 days now. 18 days. We've been working for 3 days. That is 15 days, and there have been some delays in terms of some cables which are not mapped. There have been some delays in terms of some water pipes which were not mapped as well. So that's why it's very important to mark where everything is, because once it's not marked, then we don't know how to actually do about it or what to do about it. So it's really, we really depend on the map, and the map is very important for us. So you can see he's looking at me. Surely you have to have contact with people when you are on a big project like this with big machines all the time moving. So really have contact with people, and let them know that you're actually moving, and then they as well, they have to respond to you, or else you may really cause accidents. So you see here, they're laying exactly the stones. So he's laying the stones just to actually the pipe, because under here there is a pipe. There is a pipe which actually will be collecting water, because we are trying to solve the water problematic on this area. There's a lot of water, and if we do not solve it, we'll have the same problems. So there is really a lot of water on this ground and a lot of clay. So we have to solve that problem, and that problem is very, very, it's worse in winter. In winter it's very bad. So that's what we're trying to do. Please subscribe to our channel, like and share. So that's what's happening here. You can see the machines there. Machines are really busy. You know, people are just working busy here so that they can actually make the work. Please subscribe to our channel and share our channel with many more. Please subscribe. And you can see we've put some manhole. This is a manhole. When you talk about a manhole, this is a manhole. And this does what? It collects water from point A. And then it's coming from the left here. From the left here, water goes in and water falls in. But if you pay attention, water stays and it climbs to a certain level and then it's taken up through again to that pipe here, to this pipe here again, and water has to fall all the way down there. So you can see people are working on the other ends. So this is the kind of type of pipe you have here. This is the kind of pipe we have. It's a pipe which can drop water from the pipe as well. You can see the holes that is inside here. They really drop the water in the pipe. So the pipe does not just hold water and throw it on the other side. It's really releases water as well in the nature. So you have some water which just are released and they go off. So let's wait there. Yeah, I think the road is becoming narrow. The road is becoming narrow here. Okay, thank you. Hi. Yeah, so you can see what is happening here. The machines are here. Please subscribe, share our channel, like. Please subscribe, share our channel, like. Do not go without liking, please. And we're showing you the project that we do and we're dealing with. This is we have a lot of challenges here as well. In terms of height, you know, when you're bringing water from a certain point, from point A, and then you're going to point Z, so you have to have a fall. Unless if you don't have that, then you have to have a pump. But you don't want to have a pump because it needs energy and all that to pump water. So you want just water to flow naturally. And that's what we're trying to do here, have a fall naturally. But when we are trying to have that fall naturally, we're facing also difficulties along the way. Because along this way as well, you have some other pipes which are not actually known about. And those pipes actually hinder our way. So we have to do what? Either to cut them or either to actually reduce the fall that we have here to have a perfect fall that will make sure that the water goes on the other end. So that is very important because once that water is laid on the other end, then we can reduce the problematic of water in this area, and hence that will not affect the railway system here. So it's all about the railway system, and everything has to be done for that because we have to keep and to make sure that this railway system is actually safe and going. So here, for example, you have a water pipe which goes here and there as well. So the thing is that we have to map it, and we have these wires as well which were actually here, and you can see it's burnt, so it was cut. But lucky thing is that it was not working. So this kind of wire which is oil, has oil inside, it's gonna explode. It's usually explode. So in order to cut it, you have to be very careful. So we were lucky in terms of its functionality. It was not really into function. So that's really solve a lot of problems for us. Yeah. And on this side you have like 12 machines and 12 people working on this side. So a lot of planning, a lot of coordination. It's really a job that needs coordination. Engineering is something which you really need coordination with other teams. If you're working alone, you cannot do anything. So other team has to come and collaborate with you, and you have to have the same goal. And time is very essential. Time is very important for us, When we're doing this work, we have to make sure that the time, as they say, time is money. So uh, for engineering, that time is really very, very important. And it's really something that you have to take into consideration. If you do not take consideration into time for engineer, you will not go anywhere. So everything is time. Clients are waiting there. The companies of the railway companies which are actually using the road, they're waiting so that the work can be done and finished on time. All this needs really coordination, and the best of coordination, because if you do not coordinate the work, you will not be able to stand in this business, and everything goes faster. Everything has to be achieved on time, and everything has to be achieved at a certain price, which does not make the company to actually fail, which will actually produce some benefit as well, so that the companies can keep running. So it's not just about time, it's also about profit as well in the industry, so that other niches can actually grow, because there are few companies which work with railway systems, very few, and this has to be sustained. It's kind of a niche which has to be sustained, and all that. It's really a teamwork, a matter of teamwork, a matter of coordination, a matter of really trust is very important in this business. Trust is very important. So as long as there is that, there is also progress. Please remember to subscribe to our channel. Remember to like, and if you like our content, so please check out our channel as well. So this is very important, that what we do, and making sure that there is communication, and there is communication for the population as well, and for everybody in the country, and so that business can actually progress and it can go further. If that is not there, we can actually we can do nothing. So that is very important, having that that type of coordination. So I'm this is just wonderful. It's wonderful, to work with these things, because something something you like, something you want to work with. It's easy to work with, and to do it. So that's what it is. That's what it is. Yeah. But I was thinking about this guy who killed an Israel. Israel killed this Hamas guy who was the political architecture of Hamas. I think it's a very interesting case that that could be actually aborted, and taken something we could have discussed. And now I'm very tired. We are after a beautiful day. You want to go and in the office and kind of relax because I'm actually working in the evening. So I'm actually working, and let's see. I have to put a map where I'm going. Let's see. Yeah, welcome to our channel. Welcome to our channel. Please click into our channel. Like and share, and today I'm driving a Polestar. Yeah, so please like our channel and share it. There is an issue with Dangote. I don't know if you guys have heard about Dangote. Dangote is one of the richest man in Africa. He is actually the richest guy in Africa. Billions and billions of money on his head. And he has been trying to actually industrialize Africa and doing everything he can to actually make sure that Africa develops in the terms of industry. But in this issue as well, he has been facing a lot of issues, a lot of difficulties, because many of the exporters or importers in his country, they are trying to fight him. And the problem with Africa is not actually other people. Many times it's actually Africans themselves who actually the main issue. They are the ones destroying their countries. They are the one actually doing what they shouldn't be doing, and that really makes it an issue. So Dangote has been facing that. Many importers and exporters have been fighting him based on the ideas that he has in terms of refining oil in his own country, which I think is good when somebody refines oil in the country, because then the money remains in the country. Instead of spending money on transportation and on things like that, that money stays in the country and help fellow citizens. It creates jobs, it creates businesses, and that's how the things should be. But politicians, and some of our politicians are really people I have never seen. I don't know where they live, on the planet Z or something like that, but these politicians, African politicians, or wherever you go, they are not thinking of their population. They are not thinking of developing. They are not thinking of investing into the country. They are not thinking of bringing jobs. All they're thinking is actually stealing and corruption. Just getting money in fast and then spending it on unnecessary things instead of investing it on infrastructure, investing it on people, on the know-how. But money has just been, their own pockets, and what does it end doing? It's profiting us nothing. So Dangote has been one of the African who has been really trying to kind of bring Africa, or take Africa or Nigeria on the top table of businesses. But he has been really facing a lot of challenges, a lot of difficulties, and those leaders who do not want him, or those exporters, mafia, that do not want him, they've been fighting him all the way. So guys, I think we should be thinking of one thing: how we can industrialize our businesses, how we can actually make sure that our businesses are running on a top notch. We should not be satisfied with little meager thing. We should be really working much more bigger thing in terms of revenue. And then we are just satisfied with the little things. There is a way that we can actually change. Oh my, I've crossed the camera at a high speed. I hope they don't bring the bill to me. I've crossed that camera on a high speed like 77. It's supposed to be 70. Yeah, and that camera is very effective. Anyway, we'll see. So Dangote has been really working in terms of industrialization, bringing Africa on top, which is something that many Africans have been fighting against him. So I think it's really important that we as Africans really concentrate on the industrializing and changing the notion of what has been really a mark of bad reputation that has been marking around us or marking around our countries. Reason why there is no investment is because of these things. It's really because of these things. People are not able to invest in a, nobody can invest in a country which of course does not invest in its own population, does not invest in its own development, does not invest in its own infrastructure. How can you invest in places like that? You just end up losing money. I'm not saying Africa is one of the best places to invest, but the government also has to really make sure that there is, you know, the ground is well prepared for investors. And that's why I love, there is really unbelievable corruption going on. If you don't have the means to actually work through all those barriers that they make for you, you know, it just becomes a bit difficult for you and all that. So you have to meet all those barriers and break them so that you can actually go on top of that. So it's very important. Please guys, subscribe, like our channel and share. Please like our channel, subscribe and share. It's very important that we do that. I really appreciate that some of you are watching our channel. Something we really take to heart. But please subscribe so that every time we actually live or we actually doing something, that you are there and you can have the exact information of what we're going to take, you know, what move we are going to take and things like that. But as for today, I want to leave you on that note, and I hope you really had a fun, and hoping we can actually have a conversation next time.